Peace family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about how we just look this way. You know what I mean? We just look this way. This is something that I've had to process my entire life, and I know other beings out here like me had to have went through the exact same process, just in their own part of this shared realm we are in. You know what I mean? We just look this way. We just look this way. I would hate to sound cliche, you know what I mean? But when we start processing things, right, on a much deeper and depth level, it would be much easier to do the Most High's work, especially some of the best work, if you were built physically to blend in. Spiritually, you are on a different frequency than a lot of beings you are around, but your physical vessel is built. It has been structured. You have chose that vessel to blend into society. I say that, right, because a lot of us run into a lot of beings on the highway. I'm going to use that as an example, right? Say you on the highway, and whether you meet somebody on the highway you riding with, or let's just say you riding on the interstate with friends and family, y'all going on a trip somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And you happen to be a faster driver. You know, some of the people that's riding with y'all in the other car drive a little bit slower. They're more cautious. So you happen to weave a little bit traffic, get ahead of everyone. You know what I'm saying? When I say ahead of everyone that's following you guys, I mean ahead. Like, you about 15, 20 to 30 minutes ahead of them on the road. Everybody's traveling that same interstate highway, but you're ahead of them 30 minutes to 20 minutes. If you're ahead of them 20, 30 minutes and you relay a message back, hey, it's construction right here, it's holding traffic up, it says it's about to be a 2-hour wait. Or you could say it's a car accident, anything. You're alarming them of a situation that has happened, and you have reached that destination first. Now, you done gave them 30 minutes of advance notice. So they have enough time for them to figure out how they want to jug and finesse. Do I want to just stay on this road and eat it with the traffic, you know, because you already got snacks and drinks and everything else you need in the car? Or do you need to hop back on and get snacks because you don't want to take any back roads? Or are you somebody who don't want to sit in traffic and you're going to avoid this whole interstate because your trusted source in front of you told you that there was a whole bunch of witchy mess, chaos going on up here, that they're stuck in it? You probably could go around to avoid it. A lot of these beings in our life, because we look this way, they don't take heed to us telling them about the traffic jam that's 30 minutes ahead, even though we on the same road. So for them, they're riding at regular speed and say, oh, they wasn't paying it. Maybe they just didn't give a fuck about the message or the phone call. They're fidgeting on their phone. Traffic could have been stopped on the interstate, which we all know how stopped traffic is on the interstate. Is usually abrupt. I don't know. It's usually immediately, whichever word works for you. But say you in your phone and you don't notice, and the traffic is stopped. Smack, now you done ran into the back of somebody, done pushed them into somebody. Now you done caused this whole car accident, which could have been prevented if you just listened to the being who looked like you, you know, that's actually walking beside you in real lifetime, you know? A lot of beings that walk beside us refuse to take in the information and the insight we give because we are the same age, or we look alike, or they may have more money and we have less money, you know, just because of all these other weird things that come into place that doesn't really have a whole lot to do with how you are getting your source of information and how you're choosing to share it and spread it outwardly. You know what I mean? So we have a lot of situations in life where we are up 30 minutes up the road from beings that we care about, and we're trying to prevent them from doing and running into this same situation we ran into. But because of the way we look on the outside, they tend to shift past what we're saying, and they either have to hear it from another source or they have to run into it themselves. Man, I done reached this road so many times in my life. I'm 37 now. It's hard for me to bypass my 37 years of experience in this realm, you know, especially when I done been through a rack of shit, when the Most High kept me here for a reason. I ain't gonna be in that position of saying I shouldn't be here, because I am, you know what I mean? So out of all my weird, crazy situations where it didn't seem like I was supposed to make it out, come home, all of these situations, hey, we still here fighting a good fight, you know what I mean? So when I can calculate my previous past life experiences, well, this life, but it's past life because it's in my past, so I can refer to it that way. If you need to refer to past life when you're dead and lived another life or something else or moved on to that's cool with you. I understand all these depths, which is why I'm always trying to correct or make sure that we all flowing down the same avenue when the information is being shared, you know what I mean? But a lot of beings that's been beside us, like, if we would have understood that we all need each other, and that fortunately and unfortunately where we was receiving our information was a better source than this being, we would all be working as a we. It would be a we. It's not West Side, you know what I'm saying? This is we, you know what I'm saying? We, whatever you want to call it, you know, like the way the Western world is set up is a mix of different cultures, beliefs, beings, entities, you know what I'm saying? So it's really like X-Men. It's really like the movie X-Men. You have to weed and figure out which ones are the other X-Men, you know what I'm saying? Because most of the X-Men all look alike. It's very few that has certain features that stand out that you can tell, oh, that's an X-Men. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like NBA players or football players. They always these big, massive ass beings who are kept extremely unfed with the right knowledge. So if you think about it, sports take all of our biggest, strongest players. Not saying that we ain't big and strong down here, but physically. You know what I mean? So imagine if all of them was working together. You know what I'm saying? For a better cause. A lot of things would be to infinity and beyond. But the way it's structured, and we don't have to look way up at Big Daddy up there, you know what I'm saying? We could, no homo, we could look right here where we are at. You know what I'm saying? And the peers around you. You can think of numerous situations where you knew you had the right source of information. You knew you wasn't leading anybody to damnation or into no deep depths of hell, or to all these other weird spaces that's not God body or godly like. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I should be putting righteously on it, because we all know that the demons go by gods and they got their gods too. It's really witchy out here, you know what I'm saying? But I say that and I have to keep recatching and reiterating, because we just look this way. You know, some of the most helpful and healing beings are not going to be the ones that's sitting around with quadrillions and billions of dollars that got all these companies up and running, you know, that's just had the best of luck with the system and the structure. You know what I'm saying? Clearly there is some suppressing and some oppressing being done. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, that's solely up to you. You know what I'm saying? Some people believe they're a cat. You can be a cat, just not in this tribe. In this tribe, we will acknowledge you as you are, not as you would like to be called. You know what I mean? So if you want to be called a cat, then you have to transition into a cat. You know, I need to see you with the tail. I need you never standing on 2 feet unless it's for a trick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of things that go. You need to be spiritually intelligent on a whole nother level to be a cat, because cats are extremely intelligent. Why you think they got this stereotype saying cats got 9 lives? Nah, they just more intelligent than your dumb ass. We've been programmed to be dumber. You know what I'm saying? So we look at all these other life forms and forces as if they're more intelligent than us. No, we got dumbed all the way down. All the way down. So now it's a whole reboot happening. And the ones who's not rebooting righteously, bitch, you're getting rebooted the wrong way. And matter of fact, it's not even a reboot. It's really just pulling your ass over more to the witchy team. Now it's not really no more middle ground. They have been removing the middle ground. What they call middle class is the middle ground. What they call middle class is the middle ground. You know what I'm saying? So just understanding, like, it's okay to receive information from beings beside you. You know what I'm saying? It's been numerous of times where I done had conversations with people, and I done already did my research and knew things, or already experienced it, and I'm sharing this insight with them, and then weeks later or days later they come back because they done talked to somebody else or heard something from somebody else. Now it seems like it has more weight on it. And when you are not an ill-intentional being, you don't have to go to other places to get the information. We was brought up that, oh, some information just don't stick from the right people. Yes, because they're fucking demons, and we can feel their energy, and we know that we don't want to take in their 2 cents that they're saying. Even though if a small percentage of it, because y'all know I say everything is on a percentage scale, even if a small percentage has some truth in it, and usually when the demons drop something with some small percentage of truth in it, we usually got to ignore it and then go back in on our own time and reprocess it and then see what's truth. Because they lie. They lie, and put more lies on top of lies, you know what I'm saying? They put so many lies on top of lies that shit. I don't even know where else you can go besides, like, there is no other destination with dealing with all these lies. You know, you just, what I do is I just scratch that shit. If they start talking, I'll listen, but I have to weigh it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they're talking, it's like slowly adding sand or weight to this side, or slowly adding it to this side. So we just look this way, y'all. We just look this way. Everybody is not in position, but a lot of us are a lot more powerful than you know, and a lot more powerful than you give yourself credit, and a lot more powerful than the beings around you give you credit for. Now, I'm not just saying that for the beings who just are, you know, just sitting on their ass, not putting in no footwork. You're not fighting this battle. You're not trying to help and heal anybody around you. All right? We all know we need work. But the way this war is set up, you have to work on you and help others at the same time. You got to work on you and help others at the same time. You got to work on you and help others at the same time. This war is not set up for you to just go cocoon off, do this over here, come back with a pretty gift wrap package and be like, here, I got this to present to the world. Because what's going to happen is you're going to do that, and these demons is going to eat you alive. So in the meantime, you might as well be working on you, helping others. Working on you, helping others. This should be a we process. God damn it, we switching to French language. Hola, oui. You know? That's what we should be saying. All this I shit doesn't work. I couldn't even do this by myself because I need viewers. People to listen, people to watch. So even the people say, yeah, I built this all by myself and blah, blah, blah. No, you didn't. It's so hard for beings to humble themselves. The difference is with us who's been really walking this life is we are humble beings. We're just really humble warriors too. So the way them demons get riled up, we got that same fire and fury, except it's coming from a different place. So it is way more powerful. Way more powerful. Way more powerful. You know what I mean? So when I get to that space, I don't always be like, oh, I'm raging in the inside. It's coming from the other team. I need to fix it or work on it. No, usually if I'm raging, it's because something unjust is happening. Or I'm fighting through my own programming that was put on to me myself. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got applications that's been put on us and programmed to us. You know what I'm saying? You didn't raise yourself. You didn't raise yourself, even if it was the most unhealthy way ever. You did not raise yourself. You know, so just people get into the reality of life. Some of us use demons out here. Simple process. It's a lot of demons. If you're going to engage with the demons, you have to keep it transactional. Keep it transactional. People are like, oh God, the demon stabbed me here, demon stabbed me there. Bitch, if you would understand these demons, they're weak and they're sneaky. They do all this weird shit behind the scenes because they not solid beings up front. So it's no different than going into a convenience store. Keep it transactional. 10 people around you, 9 of them are gonna be, let me fix these numbers. At least 5 of them, 4 of them are gonna be demons, and at least the other 4 or 5 are gonna be complacent robots. You know, and if you're a robot, that means you're following the witchy playbook because that's what's in charge. That's the software that was put into the robot. It's like when you watch anything. You seen a movie with the kids and then they put like, or maybe RoboCop, they put a good chip in the RoboCop and he's a good cop fighting all the good cops, and then they kidnap RoboCop and then they put a bad chip in him and now he's going around doing weird witchy shit. Same thing. Same thing. It's a lot of robotic human beings out here that's not ill intention, but they got that chip in them. And they don't want to listen to beings that look like us. Or even just take the food and store it for later. I've done that plenty of times. You know, sometimes I may be full and somebody trying to feed me something and it's like, oh shit, nah, that's probably gonna be good or useful for later. Let me take that and store that in a compartment up here and compartments in here. You know what I'm saying? Adjust it. We just look this way, y'all. That's all I can reiterate that enough. We just look this way, you know what I mean? So, and just always keep in the back of your mind that we got to move on to our next journey. So don't let all your pressures of this realm weigh you down too much. Because we got to get the fuck up out of here too. So if you want to put me to the most extreme pains you can possibly imagine, cool. That's still temporary. I'm still getting the fuck up out of here. And if you put me through too much pain, it gets me out of here faster. Hey, look. It's a win-win situation once you understand how to shift your thoughts around. You got to learn how to transmute the energy, and then you got to learn also how to transfer the energy. Bada bang, bada dang. I ain't want to run it up too long. Tap into everything down below. You know what I'm saying? Peace and love to the kings and queens.